Hey guys, Meteorologist Chris Tomer here with this afternoon mountain weather update. All right, here's what I'm seeing this afternoon. So between 4-3 and 4-11, two storm systems are going to come. The first one's going to come out of Canada and then drop south into the lower 48. The second one is going to go even further to the south and become a really southern track storm system that could affect New Mexico, Colorado significantly. We'll look at that coming up. But you can see the timeline here for snowfall in the Wasatch, Tetons, Colorado, Sierra in the northeast. So for example, in the Wasatch, I'm forecasting light snow accumulation on 4-5 and then heavy accumulation on 4-6. In Colorado, heavy accumulation afternoon, evening of 4-5, 4-6 into the morning of 4-7, and then another shot with that second, that southern track storm system with heavy snow 4-10 and 4-11. And of course, the northeast still looking at heavy snow there, afternoon 4-3 through 4-4. So we'll look at all that in this forecast update. Here's water vapor satellite imagery this afternoon. So again on this, your moisture aloft is in the whites, the blues, and the greens. Big storm system, same one that pulled out of Colorado, New Mexico, is now producing severe weather as expected in the Midwest, and it's going to roll up into the Northeast with lots of snow and high winds of 65 to 70 miles an hour across Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. All right, so here's our first storm system, and there's another one behind it. Both of these are going to ride this northern branch up to Alaska, Canada, and then they're going to dive down. The first one will set the stage, this one right here. It will dive first, and the second one will go even further to the south. All right, let's look at the jet. So here's your forecast jet by close of business today. All right, here comes that buckling northern branch, brings that first storm down through the coast into California and makes a run into the interior. Here comes the second storm, and it goes really far to the south. Southern Cal, Mexico, Arizona, New Mexico, and then rolls up into Colorado. Look at 4-11, for example. You can see the trough in the area of low pressure over New Mexico and Colorado. That's been a very interesting storm system to watch. I'll explain. All right, here's the forecast radar and satellite. So we're high and dry across most of the west right now, but that changes. Here comes the storm system 4-3 into the Pacific Northwest, running down through California, then makes its move into the interior Rockies 4-5, 4-6. So by 4-6, we've got snow in the Wasatch, the Tetons, Big Sky, and a lot of western Colorado. And most of Colorado's zones get in on this. There's 4-7. The low kind of spins back to the north, drops heavy snow in Montana and Wyoming. But look at the second storm. You can just see the clues. It's rolling right through parts of Arizona, New Mexico, and Colorado. The moisture's starting to return to the north, and then look what happens. It starts to develop into an Albuquerque low or southern Colorado low, panhandle low, 4-9, 4-10, and then look what happens. It just strengthens and almost sits still for a couple of days and stalls over Colorado, and we could see some very heavy snowfall as a result over parts of Colorado if this plays out as forecast. So very interesting. Okay, let's look at the latest numbers. So here's what I've got. Latest grand totals by late 4-11. A couple of things to mention. The numbers you see in Colorado are going to be split from two different storm systems, so it doesn't all come at one time. And I'll show you by time period how much I'm expecting, but obviously the potential's there for big snow. Up in the Tetons, 1 to 2 feet, looking at about 10 to 20 in the Wasatch, and still, and this was the case yesterday afternoon in the update, big numbers through Red Lodge, Bridger Bowl, and Big Sky. That's still the case even this afternoon, looking at about 10 inches or so in Brundage and Sun Valley, up through Whitefish and Snowball. The numbers through parts of Fernie and Sunshine staying high, 8, 9, 10 inches, and looking at about 8 to 16 through the heart of the Sierra. Okay, looking at it by time period. So rest of today through tomorrow, basically nothing. It's all in the Pacific Northwest and BC. It's very light. Time period 2, 4-4 through 4-6. We start to see that first storm and the effects of it. In Colorado, it's mainly western slope, probably 4 to 12 inches. Less on the Continental Divide, less in Summit County. Looking at probably 3 to 6 down in northern New Mexico, 6 to 12 in the Wasatch, and 5 to 10 in the Tetons. Okay, third time period. 4-7 through 4-9. So the leftovers from Storm 1, as it rolls north and kind of gets cut off up through parts of Wyoming, Montana, continues to drop moderate to heavy snow accumulation, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 inches of additional snow up there. Light additional snow in Colorado, light additional snow in the Wasatch. Okay, now this is the reason I split it up into 4 time periods, because look at what happens on 410, 411. In just this time period alone, that low spins up New Mexico, Colorado, and we could be looking at, a classic front range type storm system for those areas with lots of snow on the Continental Divide, north and south from New Mexico all the way up into northern Colorado. So that's way out there. Probably going to shift a few times between now and then, but it's possible. Just thought I'd show that. It's very interesting. Okay, let's go to the northeast. So obviously the big snow here is afternoon 4-3 through 4-4. That's when the bulk of this storm hits. The numbers looking at about a foot through Vermont, maybe 1 to 2 feet up around Mount Washington. Otherwise, it's about a foot through parts of New Hampshire, 1 to 2 feet in parts of Maine, 1 to 2 feet over Whiteface. Anywhere in purple's a foot or more. There may be a little bit of rain that tries to mix in over some of these places at the onset on 4-3, and then it will turn over to all snow at all of the major ski areas after that. But in addition to this, we're going to have 65 to 70 mile an hour winds, 4-3 and 4-4. So we're going to see pretty much blizzard conditions over the highest terrain, certainly Mount Washington. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for this afternoon mountain weather update. We still have 2 storms to watch with big potential grand totals here by late 4/11. So we're not done yet, even though it's early April. We could see 2 storm systems that drop these kinds of numbers. There are definitely some bullseyes through some of the Tetons, Montana, parts of Colorado, and the Wasatch. Guys, thanks for tuning in here. Always appreciate it, and take care.